Okay. I'm Terry Boyer. This is my wife, Catherine. We've been testing water since
2001.
2001. So that's how many years? Enough years. And we were basically the first crews that were trained by Easy.
Well, anytime in the nonprofit world, it's hard to find volunteers. And RSVP, they call this section of RSVP, the Water Monitors, the Senior Environmental Corps, and they have to be over 55.
Now we're the trainers for the group, so we're certified trainers really, because we got trained and then Easy lost their funding and went out of business, but we still are the trainers. So we train all the people that test the water in this area.
They're mostly retired people, so they have free time on their hands. They're willing and eager to help, which is always great. And they have the time to be trained, and a lot of them have interest in the area, either just local interest, wanting to help the community, or environmental interest.
There's about between 400 and 500 volunteers, and people do according to their abilities.
But we only have how many testers?
We maybe have about 15 people testing the water out of all those people.
Out of all those, right?
Terry was saying that they have 2 people who work with RSVP full-time for the county, and that's for not just the Senior Environmental Corps, but for everything that they do. And they recruit volunteers for them. So I don't have to do that for RSVP.
It's hard getting people to volunteer to come out and test these streams. It's not the easiest thing to do. Because we try it every year because it requires, 5 hours of training? At least 5 hours of training. At least. And then we usually go out with them the first time or two until they become acquainted with the chemicals and feel confident to go out by themselves. Basically, when you go to a stream, there are 3 things you must absolutely test, 4 things really that you must test right at the stream. That's your pH and conductivity, your oxygen, and your iron, your ferrous iron, because those can change with temperature rapidly. The other ones we can test at home, but it's basically for the ones that are worried about the stream is the iron, the aluminum, and the manganese. They're the biggest polluters are abandoned mine drainage here.
Especially Terry and Kathy, they're the most eager, and like they were saying that they don't mind driving an hour. That's nothing to them. They just want to help out, and they always seem cheery and happy to be here.
Being out in nature,
being outside,
helping
outdoors,
the environment.
Helping the environment. That's a side light. That's just a side light. Helping the environment, and knowing that our data is going to be used to do something. Because a couple of the streams that we have data on, they've actually improved, like Otto, and they used the data we got and some of the other data they got, and they were able to get the grant to remediate that particular stream coming out of that particular mine.
When we have new interns for the summer, they love teaching them how they do their flow measurements and everything like that. And I've been to their trainings when they train new RSVP monitors, and they're so excited to see new volunteers and get trained in.
Anybody can do these tests. Anybody. I said, if you can read, you can do these tests. You just need the techniques. We can teach you the techniques in no time flat.
Well, just in general, working with them has been really inspiring to see people that are that dedicated and willing and eager and care about the environment that much that they will monitor 15 streams. Yeah, pretty awesome to see.